Hi and welcome to Ruana. My name is Sean. I'm one of the co-founders of Ruana. We're excited to have you here. You've just taken an important step towards simplifying your practice management and creating a better experience for your clients. In order to get started, we want to head over to the settings page. This is where you'll set up your clinic or office information, services, team members, availability. Once you fill out this section, you're ready to start booking appointments. And if you ever need help, we've created a full guide section on our website with detailed step-by-step instructions and short video walkthroughs. You can follow along at your own pace anytime. So let's get started and get your practice set up and running. Okay, and we are in the settings as I said before. This is the demo clinic. I switched over to this, so none of the patients and staff are real. We're going to do this in a few steps. First, we're going to fill out the business profile. Then we're going to go to the teams. Next, we're going to set up the services, products, memberships, packages. We're going to set up the booking page. We're going to set up the intake forms, digital intake forms, as well as practitioners forms, SOAP notes, and so forth, progress notes. If you have advanced SOAP notes in your plan, then I'm also going to show you how to set up that. I'm also going to show you how to either add your own custom diagnostic codes or billing codes and how to set them as favorites so that you don't have to keep searching for them over and over again. And I'm also going to show you the different types of receipts that are available in the system and how you can customize them to your need. So as promised, we're going to go to step number 1 where we set up our account. This is the demo clinic, so no real patients or staff members are shown. Here you can set up your logo. If you click the edit button, you can actually type your business name, legal name. If it's the same, you can just write down one. Place of services. Here you can select any of these if they apply to you. If not, then select nothing. You can also add any of these other numbers if you use them. You can select from these on the list. If yours is not showing, you can always add one here. Next, we're going to go and add our address. Here we have our legal address, additional address if you have any additional addresses. The billing address, if it's the same, you can simply mark it same as legal. So just go ahead and fill this out. Next, we will have our phone number and email. This is what you can add on here. If you have any social media links, you can also add them here. Next, if you use the procedure codes, diagnostic codes, you can also turn on this item here. If not, then just leave it out. In order to set up our system language and time formatting, you simply click on this item here. We have these 3 languages here, English, Spanish, and German. Currency-wise, you can use US dollar or euros. We're going to be adding more coming up. And one more item that I wanted to discuss is this one here, next patient number. Basically, if you're just starting out and if you have no clients, you can leave this as number 2. If you already have an office or a clinic, and let's say you're on patient number or file number 1600, you can basically type in here 1600, and the next person that signs up will be 1601. So this is basically in regards of your patient files or client files. As far as the time formatting goes, we have either the 12-hour format, so AM, PM, or military time. Here we can set up our different office locations, or if you have one, you still do it in this section. As you can see, we have currently our demo clinic set up here, but if you want to add your own, you simply click on this, you type in your address, city. Here we can add our phone number, email, and the different working hours. So basically we will, let's say, start at 8 a.m. till 5 p.m. and we can basically set this then like that. So now that we're done showing you how to set up your new location and set the office hours, now the lunch hours we can set in the team members profile. So every team member that we create will have a lunch break or time off. So because the schedule itself is based on the therapist, the practitioner. Here we can just set up the office hours and I'll show you next. We're going to go basically to the team member here. We're going to click on that. Once you create a team member, you basically then click on them. You click on their schedule, and here you can see their working hours. So you can click edit working hours, and there you can see. Here we can add the breaks. So let's say we're open from 9 a.m. till 6 p.m. or 18 o'clock. We want to add a lunch break. Let's add a lunch break, let's say from 1 p.m. till 2 p.m. So we're doing it in military time. Remember, you can always choose if you want military time or 12-hour time. So this would be it. If I need also additional breaks, let's say like a 20-minute break. Let's say our employee also gets a break at, let's say, 3 o'clock for 20 minutes. Here we can also set the 20-minute break. Look, there we go, 20-minute break. And what we do is we just click save. So now this employee will have, and so this employee will also have 20-minute breaks right here, including the lunch. If you ever need to add any time off, such as vacations, this is where you put it. And of course, this time slot is the duration of their treatment. So if this is a chiropractor, he does only 20-minute time slots. You can basically set this for them. That way, their calendar online is going to show their appointments at 9, 9:20, 9:40, 10 p.m., 10 a.m., and so forth. And once we have done that, we should be done with the first section, which is building our business profile. The next section that we're going to go to now next is the team section, creating team members and adding them. Okay, adding a team member is very easy. We can see already that we have a sample practitioner in here. But if you want to add one, we simply click add team member. We want to write, of course, their first name, last name, middle name. The next important step is choosing their role. So are they either just practitioner only, or do they also have admin rights, front desk rights? We want to select the department for them. If there is a department that is not in here, you can simply type that department in here and add it as one. There we go. And we can simply add that. If you have the license number for that person, you can also add it here. Date of birth and gender, they're not required. They're just optional. Requirement here is selecting the location that this practitioner is going to be working at. So we want to click on that. It's optional to write their home address details if you like. One of the most important things is right here, the email. Email is very important because after you create this practitioner's profile, they will receive an email with their login information where they have to create a login, set up their hours of work, and that's about it. Once you have created a practitioner or a team member, you can simply click on their name to go into their profile. So we are now in the practitioner's profile. We can see there are 3 different tabs. We have the employee information where they have their name, phone number, address, as well as their signature, which they will then add themselves. We have their schedule, which they have set. If they do not set a schedule, you can always go in here and add their schedule. You can add time off, such as their vacations, add an extra shift of work. If you know the particular practitioner has only 20-minute time slots or 15-minute time slots, this is also a great location to set them here. Basically, you can choose from all kinds of different time slots so that when people book online, they will see their correct time slots up there. Next, we will see which services this particular practitioner is attached to. Of course, this is the second step, so we have not created any services yet, but if you later on create services, you can attach practitioners right then, or you can come back here and add services to a particular practitioner. Here we can set up their notifications if they want to get any emails as far as who booked anything for them, canceled appointments, changed appointments. You can simply turn these on or off and they will get their notifications. If they ever forget their password, you can simply send them a new password. You can disable or delete this profile. You can also edit. You can give them new roles or change their department. Here you'll see their signature, so you can either upload it or they can go into their own profile and set up a new one. And with this item here, the billing settings, this one you can click and add the license number that the practitioner or therapist has. You can also add additional ones that are not on this list. here. If there is a item ID type that is not available, just go ahead and type it. Type it in here, and then you click the item, add, and it'll be then available to pick. So this was the adding a team member. The next step would be creating the offering. So services, products, memberships, and packages. So that's next. Now we're going to add services, products, memberships, and packages. First, we're going to start off with services. As you can see, I already have a sample chiropractic follow-up visit listed. You can always edit them, disable them, or delete them. So we're going to just basically add a sample visit. Here we're going to decide on which department we want. I'm going to pick chiropractic. And remember, if you do not have a department, you can always type it in here and add it. So we're going to choose chiropractic. I'm going to say new patient adult. If you have a billing name for that, you can type it in. The description here will also show up on your booking page, online booking page. So if you want, you can either write something here or just leave it blank. Here you can give it a color combination that will also appear on your schedule, your calendar. If you have set up any forms that you want to attach to be sent automatically to a patient so that they could fill it out in advance at home, here is where you select it. Currently, we have no forms attached, but we will create forms soon. So next section is if this service is online or in person. So in this case, we're in person. We're going to select the location that this service is attached to. Good. Next, we have to select the practitioner to assign. There we go. And the duration. So this is going to be, let's say, an hour visit for the new patient. Price, we can set it to, let's say, 120. If there is a cleanup or buffer time, this is where it would go. And if there's any additional tax or anything that would go with it, that's where you would place it. Now, before you hit the save button, I first need to assign this particular item to this practitioner. So we're going to click assign. Now we can see the practitioner, the office, the in-person, how many minutes the session takes, and the pricing. If I like that, I'm going to select save. There we go. Now we will see this right here listed up. We can always click on this and open it up. Maybe we have a few different practitioners that we're going to assign to this particular item, and they might have different pricing for each practitioner, and therefore here is a nice way to see what is listed up. Next, we're going to go to products. This is where we're going to maybe add, creams such as BioFreeze, or if you have any foam rollers, any kind of accessories that you're selling at your office, you can simply create one here. You just write the product name. Manufacturer is optional. UPC code if you have, the price. And you can then here select which address or which location. Perhaps you have a couple locations, so you can pick here. You can enter the quantity and how many threshold you want to have. So if there's 2 left and for you to reorder, this is going to be that place. Now, before you hit save, you want to go ahead and click assign so that this item gets assigned, and then you hit save. So now I'm going to show you on how to create memberships. This can be, let's say, a monthly massage membership for your office. So we're going to say monthly massage membership. As far as then the pricing goes, let's say it's $150. I mean, right now the demo clinic shows in euros, but you can simply click US dollars or euros. We can put a expiration date on this or no expiration date. I'm simply going to click no expiration date. As far as the billing cycle, we can say it's a monthly membership. How many days does the person have, let's say, to cancel a membership? Let's say you want to only allow 14 days before the end of the month for them to cancel. And how many visits are we going to allow for this particular membership? Let's say you want to allow 5 massages 5 massages. And the next thing we're going to do is we have to assign this, of course, to a service. So I have a 60-minute massage that I want to apply this to. Now, if, let's say, they have a massage membership, and this massage membership is usually good for a 30-minute massage or a 45-minute massage, but a 60-minute massage or 90-minute massage, they would cost actually more. Then you can write in here, for example, $20 more or $15 more for this particular item. But if this was, let's say, a 30-minute massage, then you can leave this blank. So there's no additional fee. If I'm okay with this, then I simply click Assign First. There we go. And we save. So now we're going to create a package. For example, let's say, chiropractic package. We have a pack of 10 of chiropractic treatment for a cheaper price. First, we're going to start by typing 10 pack chiro. We can write a description if we like. Pricing, let's say the treatment package costs $500, which is a discounted deal. We can either put an expiration date on it or no expiration date on it. And what happens is the system will track how many times a user keeps using this package. Let's say we have 10 items in this package, of course. And the next thing we have to do is, just assign it. Assign it to here we go, follow-up visit for adults. You assign it and you create. So the next very exciting thing is to set up your booking page, your online booking page. This is where all your patients can book appointments online. You can do this by turning on this button here. It will basically allow you to book appointments online. You can always save any changes you do. Now, if you are a mental health professional or you accept only appointments by request, then you want to turn this item on. This one here, patients can basically book an appointment online, let's say Monday at 9 a.m. It's then basically going to send you a request. In your dashboard, you can simply allow that appointment to happen or cancel it, or you give an option of rescheduling it on a certain day or time that works for you, and the patient receives it and they accept it or decline it. So usually, you can just turn it on by pressing this button. Next, we will scroll down. This is our booking link. So what you can do is now you can copy this link and paste it inside your WordPress or website button. If you're using any other online booking service, or if you're using a Facebook, Instagram button, you can paste this link in here. The next item here shows you what's going to happen once they, let's say, sign up. They sign up, book the appointment, get a confirmation screen, and where do you want them to go? Do you want them to just basically go back to your website, then simply type your website in here? Or if you want them to make another appointment, what you can do is you can copy this link and paste it right in here. This then makes the patients go back to the booking page to book another appointment. Under this booking page, usually everything will be listed. All your services, all the practitioners, everybody's listed. Now, if you only want to show a certain department, such as, let's say, only massage, only chiropractic, only mental health, then you basically can choose and customize what you want this particular link to show. Next thing is we have the URL builder. Here you can actually decide on creating a particular custom link. Let's say I have Michael as my chiropractor for, let's say, our Market Street location. Here we go. We're going to just choose me. And I want to do the follow-up visits, chiropractic visits, and it's a one-time link. Now it's basically going to generate this link. I copy this link and paste it wherever I want people to book an appointment that is specific only to this item. Now, you do not have to use this at all. This is just an option. Most of the time, I personally just use this item here. So this is also another very important thing is the booking settings. This is if you allow same-day bookings. If you don't allow same-day bookings, you can simply turn it off. I personally always have it on. Here you can choose whether you want to allow cancellations and rescheduling, or only allow rescheduling, only allow cancellation, or no, you do not allow any of those items. So it's up to you. Now, as far as the restrictions, let's say you allow same day booking. How many minutes before the appointment do you allow that? Do you only allow it maybe 1 hour, 2 hours, 30 minutes, or no restrictions? That means they can instantly book an appointment and arrive at your office in 10 minutes. Next, we're going to go to the layout. In the layout, you can basically choose the logo that you like to show up on your booking page. You can choose whether you want to show your phone number, your email address. I have them off, for example, in this example here. You can show your address on a map. If you want, you can show your time zone. You can show your office hours. And here you can also decide whether you want to show your pricing or don't show your pricing, and whether you want to show duration of a service or not. If you have a custom message that you want your clients to see, your patients to see, you can always write it in here. So next is the digital form, online intake forms, but also, hey, practitioners, notes, soap notes, progress notes, anything you want or that you have at your office and you want to basically convert them into the digital form, this is where you do it at. Basically, we can choose either the practitioner's form here, like daily soap notes, progress notes that we want to create, or patients' intake forms, like maybe for their first session, or every massage session, or every new chiropractic session, or every new mental health session. So basically, we have two options. We can either choose from a template, and here we basically have a lot of different templates for you guys in the system. We have here, for example, the new patient intake forms that can be sent out via email for them to fill this out at home already, and it's going to be transferred into the system for you. Or they can come to the office and fill it out if they do not have the time to fill this out at home. So, for example, in this session, I'm just going to pick from a template, like a massage template. It's a new patient intake form. So the next thing we have to do is give this form a name. So I'm going to say new patient intake form. If there's an introduction you want to write in here saying, welcome to the office, please fill out this intake form, you can do that. Very important is you have to assign this form to a service that you have created in the past. It's very important. So I'm going to basically choose massage. And if I had a 30-minute massage, 45-minute massage, or new patient appointments, you just click all of them, for example, like that. So you want to click as many items that relate to this particular form that you're going to send out to people. Now, this is already going to go into the system, but if you want to receive an email after the patient has filled this particular item out, you select who you want to get that email, if you want to. If you have a lot of clients and you don't want to get too many emails in your email box saying, oh, this person filled out this person filled out that, then just leave it out. And if after the patients or clients submit this form, you can also here maybe have a thank you message. Next, here is where you're going to ask for their general information. This is the stuff that will go into the system for you. You can have general information on this side and required information here. So if there's an item that you really want them to fill out and not skip, this is where you mark it. So we have, of course, the names. If you do not want them to list some particular items, you can always skip it. This is trusted person, basically somebody in an emergency for them to be contacted as. You can mark it here, or you can skip. You can choose basically anything that you like to collect. If there's certain things, you can just skip. So we're going to go next. Here, basically then, since this is a template, you will see that we already have different questions inside that are ready to go. Now, you will see you can always choose what kind of a questionnaire you would like to add. For example, if this is a question that you do not like, you can always delete it. You can use these three buttons here to move a question above or below the other ones, or move it to the top of the page. You can also reorganize the whole thing. As you can see, we have exactly the title. You can add titles, you can add short answer forms, long answer questionnaires, multiple choice, only one answer type of questions. We have a drop-down questionnaire where they can just simply pick one question or one answer. If you're a chiropractor or you do stuff with a spine, you can also have a spine there. We have body chart, drawable image, signature. You can select date, time, or a pain scale range here. So basically, as you can see, we have these questionnaires already pre-filled for you. You can always add another question by clicking add a question at the bottom. And like I said, you can choose whichever one of these you like. So then we go next. Here is another very cool and an important section is for the consent forms. Here you can create either one, or you can add multiple consent forms, as you can see. You can do them for anything, basically for payments, cancellations, risk of therapy. So basically you choose what kind of consent you have at the office, and you can basically add a bunch of them to this particular item. You can have them either check mark them, agreeing to them, or you can have them sign them. So after you're done, you can, of course, preview the form. Basically anything that you designed in here. So you can basically go through it, read it all. If at the end you're very happy with this, you can save the form by create form. Okay, I just finished showing you the patient intake forms and how to create forms for patients to fill out. Now we're going to create forms for practitioners to fill out. This can be daily SOAP notes, progress notes, any kind of note taking that you do, either for new patients or follow-up visits and so forth. So here we do the same thing. We create a new item. We're going to choose practitioner. Again, we can choose either from new form or templates. For example, under the templates, we have a bunch of them listed. Here we currently have the daily SOAP notes for chiropractic, progress notes, and daily SOAP notes for massage. So you can choose whichever you like. And you can make this form your own. We're going to click create. So this is the primary thing here. So we're going to type daily SOAP notes. Here it's also, again, very important. We want to select the service that this particular form gets attached to, right? So if we have 30-minute massage, 60-minute massage, 1-hour massage, whatever comes in handy. So let's say even maybe a new massage intake or like a new massage appointment for the first client, you can attach this as well. So attach as many items as you can so that when a particular practitioner works on this kind of an appointment, he or she can select this particular form that you're creating to do a quick charting and SOAP note taking. So here, as you can see, we have the pre-made form. It's called daily SOAP notes. And as you can see, the first question is like a multiple choice. This is an initial visit, follow-up visit, reevaluation, and then basically the subjective. Here comes the questioning, chief complaint, what is the primary, for example, here, visit for today, and so forth. So basically, you can either delete some of these questions that you don't like. You can use these 3 buttons here to move the questions up and down, basically change the order. You can also go to the very bottom, add more questions. You can add from these choices again, create more questions. Then we're going to go create. So now we have this particular item. It's done and ready to go. We can always come here. We can either duplicate forms, and rename them and work on another one, so you don't have to keep working on a new one. So you can duplicate it, you can edit it or delete it. For example, we can review the particular item that we have. So basically, we can, if we're a practitioner, we would then basically Salah, we can say headache, and we can basically do the SOAP notes very quickly. Look, we can basically finish our charting with just a few clicks and be over and done with. So basically, that's just the review part of the forms. Next, I'm going to show you the advanced SOAP notes here. This is one of my personal favorite features too, because as you're charting, taking notes, this is going to really improve things for you in regards of speed and how fast you can finish notes, so that you don't sit after work and have to do charting till 9 p.m., 10 p.m. at night. And I'll just show you how you can create advanced SOAP notes. Basically, in advanced SOAP notes, you're creating buttons that will output a certain text that you type. So if there's a repeated text that you have to keep typing and typing and typing every time you have similar patients or similar situations, this will save you a lot of time by not retyping those things over and over again. So basically, as an example, I'll show you this one here. So for example, we have the chiropractic soap notes, the daily soap notes. I created a few buttons in here so that you can see what is going on. So usually what we can do is we can create a automatic note in here. We can basically give this basically button a name. So for example, you can say decrease range of motion or right neck pain. You can then choose in which category this should show up: subjective, objective, action, plan. Previously, you can also create folders and organize things, or you can just put them all under subjective. Here, you would then simply type the text that you want to show. You can give it a certain color. So as an example, I'm going to show you this button here, decrease range of motion. As you can see, if you hover over these buttons, it will show you what text will be output. So for example, here we can see that the name is decrease range of motion. We selected the category objective, and this is the text that it's going to output. And I'll show you now a live presentation of when we use this to make charting really fast and easy. Basically an example of how you can use those advanced soap note buttons that you create. Once you're inside your practitioner's profile and you're looking at a certain patient where you want to take notes, you simply scroll down in the middle of the page. That's where the note section is. You choose from advanced soap notes. Then you can choose which one of them you want to choose. So I had to create the new patient soap notes and the daily soap notes. So we're going to click the daily soap notes. And as you can see, those are the buttons that we created for subjective. We had created also some buttons for the objective, assessment, and plan. We also have the spine below here. So basically the way it works is you can simply just click on these buttons and it will basically output the text for you, as you can see. So this way you don't have to keep writing the same things over and over again. I'm just showing you how these buttons work. But basically what you can do is you can really customize these buttons to your therapy, to your treatment plans, to your note-taking, and this way you can have your charts done in no time. And and this is also how the spine works. If you're a chiropractor, you can basically simply click on, adjustment made at, let's say, level C1, C5, let's say T6, A10, and so forth. And basically you then click on save the appointment, or you can save it as a draft and always go back to finishing it later. Now we're in the insurance code section here. Here is where most of the insurance codes and diagnostic codes, billing codes are all located. As you can see, we can have our favorite ones so that we don't have to keep searching for our most used or common codes. If we want to only display our favorite codes, we simply click on this favorite button and look, it only shows our favorite ones. If you're using only 5 or 6 over and over again, or maybe 10, what you can do is you can go into the search box, search for a particular code, and once it comes up, you can basically go ahead and mark it as a favorite, like that. You can go back into the search box, delete it, and then it's going to show up basically as one of your favorites. If there's a code that is not in here, you can always add one. You can be maybe in a different country, such as Europe, UK, Australia, Canada, or US, and there are different codes for those countries. So you can always click add a code. You can either add a diagnostic code in here. You can also add billing codes and set a price for them. And that's basically the insurance code section. Very simple, very straightforward. Here is the next item. It's the document builder. Basically, this has to do with your receipts, right? So if you have an invoice, a receipt that you want to give a patient, maybe a super bill, this is where you actually create that. You can also set your logo here for the document again. So this is our demo clinic. It's just a demo. And basically, this is the way it works. So you can basically click on an invoice, anything that you want. Here you can basically type what you would like to show up on the receipt, the invoice, super bill, anything that you like. You can omit or add items to customize what you like to show on your bills. This is it. Very straightforward, easy. You can either look at the preview of each item, or you simply can just edit them and modify it to your needs.